Hey everyone, welcome back to Jurassic World Evolution, and thanks for checking out this short channel update video. I do have a park tour going on in the background, and this tour is a hint at a video that I'm planning on, or a mini-series if you want, that should be coming out soon. So, anyway, I'm sure, or maybe you all noticed, the channel has surpassed 1,000 subscribers, which is very exciting. I want to thank you all very, very much for your interest and support in the channel. I've enjoyed all of this quite a bit, and it's really neat to see that people seem to enjoy the videos. There's a couple in particular, the Indominus Rex paddock and the Return to Jurassic Park tour that was in sandbox mode. Those two seem to be particularly popular, which is interesting because there's other videos that I spent much more time on that are much less popular. That's just kind of, it's just sort of interesting to note, but I want to express my thanks for all of that, and I'm looking forward to sharing and making more videos with you all. With that being said, I don't want to sour the victory too much, but you all have probably also noticed that as of now, none of my videos have the ability to comment on them. That is because of the new cop-out rules. I have decided to play it safe and basically make the entire channel marked as quote-unquote made for kids. I've discussed this a little bit previously, and I hope you all can understand my caution in all this. I know that there's basically no ability for comments for the time being, which is really stinks. It's very frustrating, and since the channel has over 1,000 subscribers, I would ordinarily have access to the community tab where I can put polls up for you guys, which I was looking forward to doing. Like, you know, what island would you like to see a redone challenge mode on, or which dinosaur would you like a speed build for, but I can't do any of that. What's interesting is people, I want to say that I'm probably the only person that I've seen who's being this cautious, so I'm probably being overly cautious, but it has not even been 1 month since the rules were put into effect, so it's a little too soon, in my opinion anyway, to come to any conclusions just yet. Well, so while there's no comments, at least you all don't have to worry about ads on any of my videos for the time being, so at least you're getting you're getting some perk out of it, I suppose. But anyway, that was the main thing that I wanted to talk about. It's very frustrating, but I hope that you all can understand my caution, and I hope that soon things will be better clarified and I will be able to turn all that stuff back on again. In the meantime, if anyone's curious, surprisingly, the channel has continued to grow, so my videos must still be being suggested to some extent. The Indominus Rex paddock video in particular is still getting a lot of views every single day, which is neat. I'm just not sure if that is going to be cut off eventually because of it being, all of them being marked as made for kids or whatever, but we'll see. So with the completion of Isla Sorna 93, we have beaten and have some sort of video covering every island on challenge mode in the game, which is kind of a cool little mini milestone that I'm trying to keep up with. But anyway, so like I said, I'll just go ahead and tell you all. This is Isla Pena that we're on. I'm thinking that if there was one island to come back and do another Jurassic difficulty playthrough in the new Jurassic Park era, it would probably be this one, because this one seems to give people the most trouble, and if you can beat this one, then you can probably beat the rest of them too. Although, with that being said, I do think that the very, very large islands pose a very different kind of challenge than the smaller islands. But anyway, this is in sandbox mode. Now that sandbox is on every island, you can basically lay out or pre-plan your challenge mode parks, which is what I'm doing here. So anyway, that's what this tour is of. I also want to just talk a little about the channel going forward. I've heard some rumors or speculation or whatever that the Return to Jurassic Park DLC might be the last one for Jurassic World, and that's certainly possible. I mean, it honestly would kind of make sense. I don't really know. I mean, they could continue making movie-themed DLCs, I guess. But to me, there's a few more things that they could do, but all of them fall into the mini DLC package or sort of deal like that. So, like, to me, I would love to see more decorations and maybe something in that regard. But even if this is the last DLC for Jurassic World Evolution, I plan to continue doing videos on it for quite a bit longer anyway. So then the question is there a particular game that I would shift over to once this one kind of, I don't know what the right word is, but fizzled out, or, you know, there's Jurassic World Evolution 2, which may or may not even exist or become a thing. Well, I honestly have no idea. And I know people have very differing opinions on that, so we're not gonna venture too deep into that territory. But, I honestly don't know what other game I would shift over to. I tried my hand at Planet Zoo, and I think I need to give it another go, but to me, where Jurassic World Evolution is a little light, is more than a little light on the management and the strategy, Planet Zoo is almost too heavy. I gotta admit, I mean, you all can say I'm lazy for this, and I understand, but having the path building tool in Planet Zoo be as difficult as it was compared to how simple and fairly easy it is in this game just was like ventured into the realm of like a deal breaker for me personally. Like I said, I know that falls into the realm of being lazy and just not wanting to learn it, and I understand that's fair criticism. But I thought it was interesting. The complexity of that game made me appreciate the fact that I can play this game simpler and not have to worry or manage so many things. So, and on top of that, my computer, while it is able to play Planet Zoo in pretty reasonable quality, it is by no means a true gaming computer, and I would be much happier to continue playing a game on console. So I'm not sure if you all know this, but Planet Coaster, which is one of Frontier, that's the company that makes this game, they are releasing Planet Coaster on consoles this summer, which is pretty interesting. I'm not sure if that's something that I would want to pursue or not. But that might be something I think of. I've actually bought it on the computer already because there was a sale for it. But that might be something I would think of. There's also other games that are in the realm of this, like the Prehistoric Kingdom, that has more, how do I word this, more scientifically accurate looking dinosaurs instead of dinosaurs that stay true to the Jurassic Park look that they have. So there's a lot that has a lot of potential as well, but for the time being I think that is also a PC game, but I have a feeling that maybe that one would be a little easier to run on my computer and it could work better. But that's something that I'm thinking of. I'd certainly, with the exception of maybe a random series or a random video here or there, I would certainly like to stay in the dinosaur park builder aspect. But, you know, let's be honest, that dinosaur park builder genre, if you want to, I don't know if that's the right word, but the only other one up until this was Operation Genesis, and that came out when Jurassic Park 3 came out, quite a long time ago, so these games are not particularly common. What is interesting is mods have been introduced to Evolution on the PC, which I'm sure you all have probably noticed. I play it on console, the Xbox specifically. And I have yet to see how prevalent those mods are going to be. I'm not sure how, because Frontiers seems to have discouraged them for quite a while, so I'm kind of curious to see if those are actually going to last or if they're not going to be allowed. But I'm trying to think. There's other dinosaur games that would be interesting to consider, like The Isle and what's the other one? Path of Titans, which is kind of like a different version of The Isle, but that one is supposedly going to come out on consoles. So that would fall into my bucket of, hey, I can play it on console and even have a high quality video instead of kind of having a medium low quality resolution on a PC. So I'm curious. Well, what stinks is I can't even ask you all what you think because there's no comments. But I just wanted to update everyone and share my thoughts as well as this hopefully fun park tour. I really like these vehicles. By the way, I think that everything they did with the Return to Jurassic Park DLC, with the visibility coming from the tours and the Innovation Center or the Visitor Center having all three of the main buildings, I think they really streamlined the setup process, which I like that personally, instead of having to have viewing galleries everywhere and they have to be close by your food stations and all that stuff. You can just have one park tour and have everything near that. But anyway, we're heading back up the hill here. Just looking at my notes to see if there's anything else that I wanted to mention. But let's see. I still have lots of ideas for this game, and like I said, I really hope that I'll be able to turn everything back on to normal soon, as far as like comments and all that stuff. But I do hope that you all understand my caution. If you have ever felt like you're the one that would get caught out of everyone else, that's kind of how I feel. The kind of oh, that's just my luck situation. But with all of that being said, let me show you guys an overview of this if you've stuck around this long. This is what I want my challenge mode park to look like. Obviously we're nowhere close to the dino requirements, but transport rating does not exist in Jurassic World, or sorry, Jurassic Park era. So my arrival pad is, helipad is here, and they, you don't really see anybody here, but the path connects to the main area. We've got our hatchery, ranger stations, all of our guest buildings. The visitor center is up in the corner, because like I've, let me see actually, I'm not even, yeah, that's technically not even a building that the guests need to be near. Oh, actually it is a building they need to be near, that's, I didn't know that. I might have to add a couple of guest buildings over here or relocate it, but anyway, you can see the tour goes up and down through the island. That's what we were just doing. And surprisingly, I'm able to fit 2 sauropod-sized enclosures. Both Mamenchisaurus' side gets more trees, and the Brachiosaurus side gets a bit more grassland. So, still plenty of trees, just not as many as the Mamenchi. But my plan is basically to cram these 2 full of as many dinosaurs as possible, and then rely on these for kind of like my smaller exhibits. So anyway, I hope that this, I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. Like I said, I want to apologize for the lack of being able to comment and all of that stuff. It's very frustrating to me as well, but I am still very excited and thankful that we've reached 1,000 subscribers. It's a very neat milestone that I did not think would happen at the rate that it did. It was interesting. It took about a year and a half to get to 500, and then it took like a month to get to 500 to 1,000, because I think a lot of it just had to do with the Return to Jurassic Park DLC kind of reinvigorating the game and a couple of videos being popular. So thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you next time.